What phrase do you absolutely hate? Take me back and I did something on social media. This isn't necessarily a common phrase, but lately I've been really annoyed by all the shitty article headlines that go something like, "Child found alive after missing for 5 years and it's our favorite story ever," or "Certain company refuses to do thing and it's so wrong." These might not be the best examples, but it's sort of the idea where the headline has someone's own personal opinion with an almost childlike inflection added. We need to talk. Edit, omg. Thanks for all the likes. Obligatory not hey. In these unprecedented times. Is everything restored/destroyed? Faith in humanity. Is everything you've ever needed saved me? They really need to stop this shit. I aggressively block any page on Facebook that uses headlines like this. Also, fuck news headlines that tell me why you should be afraid. I'm pretty sick of the news telling me to be afraid of everything. If I can do it, so can you. Thanks for the update. I have an irrational hate of that phrase. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger. You have to respect my opinion. No, I don't. You can voice your opinion, and I'm allowed to ignore it, criticize it, debunk it, ridicule it, or think you're a giant asshole for it. You're gonna have to figure something out. Usually said to an impossible situation that someone else has caused, but expects me to fix. Often, if 3 people are expecting me in different places at the same time and I tell someone they're just going to have to wait. I don't have to wait, you need to figure something out. No Karen, I am not exempt from the laws of physics, I'll be with you in a moment. New normal. Does would have and similar count? I cringe every time I see someone write that rather than would have/would have. Edit a word. There's someone out there for everyone, you'll find someone eventually. Age is just a number. Be yourself. I am, because I can't help it, but nothing good ever came from that for me. Edit, to be more precise, I think people who are good at controlling themselves, their feelings and what they say, faking etc., are doing much better in their lives. Especially at work environment. The customer is always right. No, the fuck they aren't. Actually, it's usually the opposite. This being a common phrase just gives asshole customers an excuse to be a dick to minimum wage workers because they think they can get away with it and get whatever they want. Say it louder for the people in the back. Alternative facts. All of them. Fuck you, phrases. You never did any good for me. Cool, calm, and collected. I'm so OCD. It's not a phrase, but the word hubby makes me cringe every single time I see or hear it. Don't know why. Sheeple, often smugly used by other sheeple. Hey, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Makes my skin crawl. Not a phrase, but I hate when people say irregardless. Lightning never strikes the same place twice. Yes, it does. That's why tall buildings have lightning rods. I'm SORIUFELT Hatway. It's a non-apology that means nothing, but my narcissistic mother thinks it absolves her of any guilt or blame for the things she does and says. Could care less. When what you mean is that you don't care. Love, laugh, live. Unprecedented times, rolling eyes face. Hard choices, tough choices, any synonym thereof uttered by a politician. It always means they're cutting pensions or social programs. It's always seen as brave for politicians to make these choices with other people's money and livelihoods. They're always ready to fight to the last drop of someone else's blood. Interesting that both quotes above are also literal names of books by American politicians. X is my spirit animal, so cringy. Everything happens for a reason. Absolute bullshit. Let that sink in. I did a thing. I also hate the phrase gotcha day for pet adoptions. Don't knock it until you've tried it. I don't have to try getting double anal fisted to know I don't want it, or black tar heroin, etc. You get my point. We work hard and play hard. Expect to be forced to spend every night at the bar with your boss and co-workers kissing his ass. There's a boomer catchphrase in my country that when translated, goes something like, "You're only starting the journey, we're already on the way back." They use this to promote their own wisdom and advice, as if their life experiences automatically make them an authority on how the world works. One of my favorite rebuttals to this is a piece of trivia I learned from National Geographic. The top 10 most in-demand jobs of 2010 did not exist in 2004. The world is changing very, very quickly. Say it louder for those in the back, usually said after some smug fuck has said something they find profound but isn't. Is what it is. I'd like to twat punch the originator of this verbal clusterfuck. As a depressed person, cheer up is one of the most infuriating things to say. Like no shit, never thought about that. With all due respect is almost always coupled with an insult or unsolicited advice. You might as well say, prepare to be disrespected. I'm not judgmental, but when people say thank you for coming to my TED Talk to conclude a social media video rant on whatever their topic of the day is. Not a phrase, but "bay" is the worst, lol. I cringe every time I hear it. It grieves me to have to do this, as said by our Prime Minister whenever he initiates yet more coronavirus restrictions. I agonized spiritually over doing this. Said in the same context, comes a close second. Do what makes you happy. Biggest life-destroying lie ever. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I was today years old, and then they usually go on to say something stupidly obvious like the actor who played Jake Peralta in Brooklyn Nine-Nine is the same guy who is in The Lonely Island. But generally just the phrase "I was today years old" is annoying on its own. Who watch this in the current year? Smiley face, crying face, crying face. This is so fucking annoying. Not a phrase, but Latinx, it's fucking dumb. The vast majority of Latinos don't wanna be called that. Like 80+% according to surveys. It's woke linguistic imperialism. It's saying that the basic structure of the Spanish language is problematic. I hate it. I'm kinda OCD that way. No. You are not OCD because you like things arranged neatly on a shelf. You would only be OCD if the knowledge that the things were out of order or not perfectly neat prevented you from sleeping at night. Or if you couldn't leave a room without turning the light on and off 6 times. People are so quick to give themselves a horrible, crippling mental illness. It needs to stop. Same difference. When I say something like "that's not fair" and people are like, "well, life isn't fair," deal with it like ya know shit. It's just our ethical responsibility to make it as fair as possible. SMH edit. Okay, so I get that we should accept that life isn't always gonna be fair, but what I meant was, don't be an asshole to people with the mindset of life isn't gonna be fair to them, so why should I, and use it to justify being unfair. As a motherfuck you Karen, you don't get a monopoly on compassion. You're not even a very good mother, your kid is a little brat. Cheaters never prosper. Cancel anytime. Slept like a baby. We're all in this together. Pretty much all of them if you take them 100% literally. Just follow your dreams. I feel like people hear this and use it as an excuse to do whatever they want and expect things to happen. It should really be, follow what you're passionate about but set realistic goals and expectations. If you work a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Flattery will get you nowhere. The opposite is more true in my experience. Plenty of common sayings are absolute horse shit or just not universally applied truths. Plenty of them we consider true are also directly opposite of other sayings that are true. Does absence make the heart grow fonder? Or is something out of sight out of mind? It will figure itself out. People used to say just of kids it will all figure itself out. No it won't, you potato. If you don't succeed the first time, try again. I had a 4th grade teacher that was completely against this saying. Her reasoning? What if you're doing it wrong? Then you'll just continue to do it wrong until you give up out of frustration. So, she preferred to say keep trying different ways until you get it right. Wow, I did not expect this to blow up. Thank you all for the awards and kind words. And for those saying she took the phrase too literal, she was an elementary school teacher. Many times she saw kids would fail and retry and same method over and over again. So, that's why she broke it down like this. Good things come to those that wait. Bullshit. You have to grab the bull by the horns, I say. Every cloud has a silver lining. Money don't buy you happiness. Neither does poverty, mate. Kids will be kids in regards to any problems related to kids. The customer is always right. Early bird gets the worm. No, the well-rested salesman that isn't overworked gets the sale because he's able to organize. Thus the second mouse gets the cheese. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I've got a hammer that wants a word with your knees if you believe that. It's always darkest just before the dawn. I understand the metaphorical point of this proverb, but no, it is not. You could say that it's coldest before sunrise. You can be anything you want to be if you just try harder. It gets better, sometimes it doesn't. Calling sheep quiet. Sheep are loud AF. He who smelt it dealt it. You'll find someone when you least expect it someday. Bullshit. What goes up must come down, not if it's continuously accelerating at 9.8 meters/s2. That's how rocket ships work. Live in the moment. I don't think it's that simple. You can't just leave it like that. I think it's good to live in the moment when you're enjoying life and making memories, but when you work on building your file/a career, you're better off planning ahead. You are what you eat. I know why you, sir, are a dick. And why I was fired from that job 15 years ago. Time heals all wounds. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Complete bullshit according to Greenpeace. Overfishing is real. Never go to bed angry. As opposed to what? Fighting while overtired? Sleep on your anger for a night and have a discussion in the morning when you are less cranky. If you just applied yourself, you'd be more successful. I'm doing the best I can. It's not like I chose this brain that doesn't function as well as everyone else's. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Words have damaged me more than any physical pain ever has. Like, who came up with this? You can't judge a book by its cover. Yes. Yes, you can. A book entitled The Basics of Quantum Physics is probably about the basics of quantum physics. Everything happens for a reason. Unamused face, unamused face, unamused face, unamused face. Yeah, tell that to people who are enslaved, tortured, or family of murder victims. I hate the saying it's always the last place you look. Well, no shit, because you aren't gonna keep looking after you've found it. It's easier to ask forgiveness than permission. Had a professor who constantly recommended this. It is generally a terrible way to operate unless you don't care about working relationships. Nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission. That's just a crutch. Yes, people need crutches. Doctors give people crutches. Everything happens for a reason, especially when said after something inexplicably bad happens. Respect your elders. The older crowd always told me respect is earned, not given. You don't automatically get respect because you're an elder. God, Allah, Buddha, Oprah only give you what you can handle. No, it's been 10 years, I'm tired of handling this crap. All's fair in love and war. Trust me. Most of them. Human beings are stunningly full of shit. Takes one to know one. Boys will be boys. No, boys will act how they're raised. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. The original meaning was that something was as impossible as trying to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps, but it's been perverted into a mantra for so-called individual responsibility. Live every day as if it's your last. The global economy utterly collapses and worldwide production in virtually every sector grinds to a halt as 99.9% of people don't report to work. It is what it is. Stick and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Words hurt. You won't have a calculator with you every day. It gets easier. No, we just normalize the struggle the longer we're exposed to it. An apple a day did not keep the fucking doctor away. We're all one giant family here at insert name of workplace. Hard work never killed anybody. Your call is important to us. Curiosity killed the cat. Pretty sure there's a second part that goes, but satisfaction brought it back. But still, most people only say the first part. If it weren't for curiosity, we'd never get anywhere. Stay curious. Ignorance isn't always bliss. There ain't no rest for the wicked. I'm wicked and I get plenty of rest. Money can't buy you happiness. I brought you into this world, I can take you out, okay? So in other words, you're gonna take out your kid? I have always hated that fucking saying. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I definitely ran faster and jumped higher when I had both legs. Find a job doing what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. It's a vicious lie. My parents hit me, or whatever abusive punishment their parents did, all the time, and I turned out fine. The new normal. This isn't normal. Don't normalize it. If you swallow gum, it will stay in your stomach for 7 years. Like, why do all parents tell their kids this?